Good evening, kindred and kind. Welcome to NearDark Studios Vampire the Masquerade V5 Chicago Midnight Chronicle. Before we get started, let's go around the table and reintroduce the Chicago coterie, starting on this side.
Hey, Memphis Piper, Clan Torador.
Alistair Grayson, the Clan of Kings.
Marilyn Alcott, Clan Malkavian.
Dr. Irwin Ruth, Clan Shamir.
And my name is Elijah Israel, or by my Twitch handle, The Noah Boy. I'll be your storyteller this evening. It's been quite some time, kindred, since I've had the chance to tell you a story. So let's go ahead and recap the last episode. When we last left off our coterie, they were in the midst of Makmal and his plan to cause the apocalypse. Both Marilyn and Alistair went to the rescue of Dedric, who was in trouble. Upon being captured by Makmal and his Black Spiral dancers, they were brought to the sewers where Makmal is trying to summon a greater bane. Memphis, Irwin, and with the help of Hope and Kaido, went to the sewers to rescue their coterie. Being successful in dispatching this monstrosity of a greater bane, the coterie is left behind to pick up the pieces. Our newly released Malkavian, Marilyn Alcott, is no longer underneath the supervision of Dedric von Kaiser. Memphis, after the battle with the Black Spiral dancers, decided to gather some Guru blood in hopes that he could trade it off in the goblin markets for who knows what. So he made his way throughout the dark sewers, unfortunately lost at this moment. Irwin and Marilyn are going to go check up on the sewers kindred to make sure the inhabitants of the labyrinth are in all in one piece. Kaido, Dedric, and Alistair are going to escort the primogen of the Malkavians to his haven and rendezvous with Sierra, our Sombra, to discuss Saizo Yamaguchi, the supposed Sabat member who's infiltrated the Ivory Tower. So, without further ado, you've all waited quite some time now. Let's pick our story back up with our coterie. So, the scene we're going to start off with is with Irwin, Marilyn, and Alistair. You're currently all together right now discussing plans. I believe, like I just recapped, you're going to go your separate ways and check on the kindred, and then both Kaido and Alistair are going to escort Dedric to his haven. And scene.
Dedric, is there anything that you need before we return you to your haven? And he stops.
No, I think I'm good for tonight.
All right. Irwin and Marilyn, the two of you are sure you're gonna be all right down here?
We'll be fine.
I feel pretty safe with that.
More worried about, do you still want to be called Irwin? Right?
Irwin's fine.
Alright. Well, Irwin, just try not to break anything that doesn't need to be broken.
Well, I mean, we're in a sewer, so there's
Well,
not a lot.
There's some people who call this their home.
Oh.
That's why I'm just worried.
He'll be fine.
Alright. Also, before we leave, Marilyn, I do need to ask you something. In private.
Oh, right now?
Yes, it's important.
Oh, alright. I'll walk over.
I'm gonna step away with Marilyn until we're out of earshot of everyone.
Okay. Do you find a reasonable spot away from the rest of the coterie?
Marilyn, after seeing the events unfold, you're getting stronger with your ability. I saw what you did to the Guru down there. And with you being released, I need to ask you something that I can only put in your hands.
All right.
If I turn on the coterie, listen. If I turn on the coterie and I act against my own will, then you need to put me down.
I don't think I'm qualified.
Marilyn, if I am not able, you need to put me down. Do you understand?
I understand. It's supposed to be a secret, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I walk away.
Okay. As both Marilyn and Alistair rejoin the rest of the coterie, you notice Kaido speak up. Well, we probably should have a place of rendezvous, since the coterie is splitting up.
Well, Irwin already stated that the Tremere are after him, and that he is most likely going to be blood hunted. And as much as I don't want to do this, Irwin, I humbly extend a hand if you need a place. I have a large complex, you've been there, and you know that it's a ways out of Chicago, and it's safe.
Good friend. Thank you.
Well, I don't think Abraham will be as bold to blood hunt Irwin. He's asked the coterie quite a bit, so we have leverage, technically. And you also have a hound on your side who does the blood hunting.
It's hard for me to trust after what happened with Knox.
I am right there with you.
But it is a good point. We do have leverage. Abraham has relied on us heavily, and we have fulfilled his endeavors.
Alright. Well, if you two see Memphis before I do, remind Knucklehead that he's got his test coming up and I don't want him to forget about it.
It feels like that test has been going away, just being put off forever.
Well, I helped him study the other night.
Good. Because I'm very worried about him. I really don't think he's going to pass this.
Well, we should be able to take care of him. It's actually, surprisingly, he retains in a really weird way.
You talking about the pictures things?
Yeah.
Where he draws pictures instead of takes notes?
It works somehow.
I was snooping through some of his things one time and I saw that he, instead of writing letters or a diary, he just drew hieroglyphics of events that unfolded. It was confusing and inspirational at the same time. The boy should try painting. Maybe Dedric could show him.
As much as I enjoyed this conversation right now, I probably should get back to my haven.
Very well. I start making my exit.
Hey, you take good care of him.
Of course.
Okay. So the coterie goes their separate ways.
I leave with Dedric and Kaido.
Okay. As Alistair, Kaido, and Dedric vanish into the darkness of the sewers, how are you two going about navigating?
So what's the setup like in the sewers?
In the labyrinth? Well, there's several entrances and exits.
So is it kind of like in Bloodlines where you go into the sewers and there's just like tunnels and tunnels?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, Irwin. Are you sure you want to be called Irwin? You have a whole new identity now. We can call you anything. We can call you. Irwini? You don't like that? Let's walk and talk. What way do you think we should go?
I look around. What do I see exactly? How many ways are there?
Well, as you look around, what you see is a rather vast display of carnage and bodies everywhere. There's several entrances and exits you can go into in tunnels that disappear into the darkness. You can go the way you came and go back and trying to navigate these. It's a maze, so.
Whoa. We're just point at random one. This one.
Okay. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay. As that transpires, let's go ahead and pan over to Chicago's favorite toreador, Memphis Piper. All right, Memphis. You have 2 bottles of...
2 bottles of blood.
2 bottles of...
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, 2 empty beer bottles of crude blood.
Yeah, but they're full of blood. Yes.
Yep, and you have your thumbs plugging
Yeah.
the tops of it so they're not splashing everywhere.
Exactly.
Okay. So you went to the dilapidated tunnel hole and saw that you could not exit out that way. And you went past that manhole in search of another ladder.
Right.
Because it only makes sense in the sewers. There has to be maintenance, so
Exactly.
there must be an in and out.
Uh-huh.
Would you please go ahead and give me a... I'll let it be your choice. You can either give me an investigation roll. You can either do intelligence or resolve, whatever's the highest pool for you. And why don't you go ahead and give me... I'm not going to make it too hard for you. Let's go ahead and make this a moderate difficulty of 3 successes.
All right. So, and you said resolve and intelligence?
You can either do resolve plus investigation or intelligence plus investigation, whatever's the highest pool for you.
They're both the same.
All right.
One success.
1 success. Okay. So I'm going to give you I'll give you some choices here.
All right.
You could either succeed at a cost.
No.
Okay. All right.
I know what that cost is, and no.
Odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds. Okay.
Left hand on the wall.
All right. As you continue to navigate your way through this dark sewer, the pungent stench of, bio and enters into your nostrils, and it's rather pungent. You wander for another maybe 15-20 minutes, and you start to think, okay, I'm lost. I need to figure out where I'm at. Go ahead and give me another roll.
Same roll?
Same roll, same difficulty.
All right, this one I got.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I got that. So it's just 3.
3. Give you 3 successes.
All right, then 3. Yeah, we're all good with just 3.
You actually stop and you're like, why am I doing this? And you pull out your phone.
Right.
And your phone starts to get signal, and you eventually get 1 bar. You pull up Google Maps and you actually look at the street that you're on, and you start following it until you come to a familiar street, and you somewhat memorize where there is a manhole cover in that area. You eventually come upon a manhole.
Nice.
All right. And you can exit.
Yeah, I'm going to exit.
All right. Why don't you give me a strength roll here? They're rather heavy.
Wait, what's heavy?
The manholes, and you're actually holding 2 bottles of
All right.
blood. So
What I'm
going
going
to
to do, is I'm going to put down the bottles of blood
Okay.
at the bottom, climb up the ladder, and then move the manhole.
All right. Give me a strength roll. So it's strength plus strength. I need a straightforward difficulty of 2.
Strength plus strength?
Correct. You're gonna take your strength. You're gonna double it, and that's your dice pool.
No successes.
You got. So you can either take you can take 20 on this and move it with time, or you can succeed at a cost.
I will take 20.
He really wants to break your bottles.
I will take 20
Okay.
and do that.
All right. Eventually, some time does
Take
pass
10.
by, and you, with enough force and exertion, you get the manhole cover out and breathe in that fresh Chicago air. That crisp winter night
Thank
hits
God.
against your skin.
All right, I'm going to climb back down, grab the bottles, and then climb back up.
Okay. So you climb back up, keeping your bottles safe. You find yourself right on State Street.
Thank God. All right. I'm going to go ahead, put the bottles down,
All right.
move the manhole cover back,
Mm-hmm.
and then call an Uber.
All right, call an Uber. All right, as Memphis waits for his Uber, let's go ahead and pan back over the Kaido, Alistair, and Dedric, who are currently exiting the sewers themselves.
Out of the sewers.
All right. Alistair, why don't you go ahead and give me a... Let's go ahead and make it the same roll. You can either do... let's go ahead and do investigation plus intelligence or resolve. Give me 3.
Alright. Intelligence and investigation. Alright. I got 1, 2. Actually, only got 2.
Okay. You're still kind of mulling over everything that's kind of happened with you and trying to navigate the labyrinth. You get a little lost. Do you have eyes popped?
Yeah, if I would be using Eyes Pop to see.
You'll be eyes popped?
Yep.
Okay. Again, even you find yourself somewhat lost in these labyrinths. They are built by Nosferatu and they're meant to be confusing.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and give me another roll if you'd like.
Sure. I would be looking for the first possible maintenance ladder, so that would be... this one's 3.
3.
So I got 3 with this.
So you do find your way back to where you originally started, but just like Memphis, you find yourself faced with the same difficulties. It is completely collapsed. There's no ladder to climb out of.
Alright. But I see where the manhole is, or...
There's a exit for you. It's just you either have to jump some ways up, or someone's gonna have to hoist you on their shoulders.
I'll just bounding leap up.
Okay. So you use your discipline to...
Yep. I'll just bounding
Clear
leap
it?
up and get to the manhole.
All right. You, with ease and the level of potence you have, you clear the hole, and you look down. And you see Dedric and both Kaido waiting and looking at you. What they're going to do.
I'm gonna look towards Kaido. Kaido, can you jump?
Yeah.
Get Dedric on your... Hoist him up, and I'll bend down and grab him.
See Kaido bend down to pick up Dedric, and I need to roll for him. Kaido. Okay, alright. I got a little word there. You watch as he picks Dedric up by his ankles and hoists him up like a log and sends him your way.
I'm reached out and grab Dedric by the arm, lift him up.
Dedric grabs your arm and you hoist him up, and just like you did, you watch Kaido soaring leap out of the hole and onto the pavement.
Good. Alright, easy enough.
What happened? What did your companion do this?
I'm going to assume that a very large stone creature probably did this. The very same stone creature we just left.
As you are speaking with Dedric, you notice that the black van that the guru brought you in is also damaged. It looks like Urgoyle may have had a bit of a rampage in this area.
All right. I'll walk over to the van and we'll go ahead and investigate it. We'll look towards Kaido as I'm doing this. Kaido, did you bring a transportation?
Yes.
Because Marilyn and I were sort of brought here against our will, so I'm gonna need a ride.
How about I get us an Uber?
That works. You go ahead and call the Ubers, and I'll investigate the van.
So you're going to investigate the van?
Correct. I want to investigate the van.
Okay, go ahead and give me the same roll that you did for the tunnels. And there's no set difficulty. I'm going to tell you what you find based upon
That
the
is going to be
successes.
4.
4. Okay. As you start peering around the van and investigating it, fortunately from the damage from Urgoyle, the back doors are somewhat loose, so you can easily open it up and make your way into the vehicle. As you do, you start searching around. There's really nothing in the back other than some leftover bindings from the Guru. Maybe they were using it to bind you or other people.
I'm going to check the glove box, looking for license or title or registration, insurance, anything.
Okay. With the level of potency you have, there's going to be no difficulty here for you. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's going to be rather mundane. You find yourself behind the cage of the van. It's typical in most maintenance vehicles. You use your raw strength and you rip it open, set it to size, and you reach and you crawl over and open up the glove box. As you do, it looks like a residual collective paperwork. Whoever previously owned this obviously didn't keep it rather tidy. As you start flipping through it, it's just a bunch of like old insurance paperworks, old registrations. It doesn't look like there's anything here that of importance.
What's the name on the insurance?
Was that?
What's the name on the insurance?
William Smith. It's a very generic. You know, as far as you start going through it, you find a maintenance document. You start to find receipts. They must object this view.
Stole
somebody,
it. All right.
So.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and exit the van then.
All right. Okay. As you exit the vehicle, you see that the Uber is arrived promptly and is waiting to pick up all of its
I'll
passengers.
get in with Kaido and Dedric.
Okay. As you get into the Uber and make your way off to which location would you like to go first?
We'll drop Dedric off.
Dedric Fraud. Could you please take us to Alcott Oddities? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. And as he types into his GPS and the Uber driver takes off, I'm going to pan on over to Urgoyle and Marilyn, who are currently trying to navigate their way through the labyrinth. Alright, so the two of you have been walking for quite some time. Then you start hearing a rather familiar sound. Alright. So you start wandering through this dark labyrinth. You hear the moans and cries, that folklore-like music that is hymned throughout the labyrinth. As you do, why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation roll? I'm hoping that track's not too loud right now.
Hey, chat, how's the our audio versus the music right now? Well, let us know.
Is investigation what?
Investigation
Intelligence?
plus intelligence or resolve, whatever's the highest
I
pool
remembered
for you.
something. 3. You said audio's good.
Fantastic.
2.
2.
Also 2.
Okay. So, fortunately, there is 2 of you. So there's double the ayes and double the successes. So I'll count it collectively, since you are working towards a similar goal. You begin to hear that same kind of folk-like song. You start to follow it. It's, Marilyn, as you previously came down here beforehand of all the events that transpired with the Greater Bane, you find yourself saddened. You too, Irwin. It's not cheerful. It's not the same eerie pitch that you're accustomed to when you originally came down here with Beckett. As you start making your way through, you start to notice body parts. You start to see blood. You see crying. Any of you have a way to see into the darkness?
I don't think
I have Protean 1.
Yeah, Protean 1?
Yeah. I don't know what power it is, though.
Gotcha.
I don't remember.
Believe you do not have eyes.
Okay.
We have our phones, right?
I don't.
Oh, yeah. I should have my phone. If I use the flashlight on it.
Alright. As you take your phone and you start flashing it, you start to notice movement. Why don't you all give me wits and awareness now? We're going to set this difficulty to... We'll give it a straightforward since you are using your phone as a light source for right now, Marilyn.
Alright. 2.
2.
Oh, so 2.
Alright. As you start shining your light, you start looking around. You notice movement. You start to follow the speckled, soiled ground, and it leads to several injured kindred. Majority of them are Nosferatu. You can tell from their unfortunate embrace deformities. You see them, they are cowering in the corner as they scurry away from Marilyn's light. You see blood tears soaked in their cheeks and onto their clothes. You notice a rather gory scene. The Black Spiral dancers that were down here must have ran a horrific display of violence. As you all start navigating your way through the labyrinth, why don't you go ahead and give me another investigation roll. And just like last time, I'll count your successes together since you are both working towards a common goal. I need 3.
Nothing. What'd you get? Oh no. I didn't get anything.
Are you serious? What?
I'm going to use a willpower.
Okay.
So I'm not going to deal with that.
Well, Bessie doesn't count for,
So I got...
right?
I set a difficulty to this.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was 4, but with a bestial, so...
Okay, so
That's-
you have 4 total. Okay. Irwin starts using his ergoil senses and starts sniffing throughout this stale air. You start to follow the carnage, actually. As you do, you make your way down lower and lower to deeper into this labyrinth. Eventually, the two of you find yourself in the abandoned part of the L. It's unfinished. You see a railroad track for the train, though it stops. There's just a little section of it, though, right in the middle of it, illuminated just right. There must be electricity somewhere running to this train cart. Someone must be living inside of it, because you notice from the light, the fluorescent light, that there's curtains strung about this train cart. It looks like some sort of makeshift haven or home. As you get down there, the stone pillars, it's lined with terrified kindred. They're all embracing each other or comforting each other. They're huddled about. You notice that the train cart door slides open. As it does, you hear the shambling of beads as they brush against each other. And that's what you see.
So we just hear them coming out, we don't see them?
You just see the door slide open.
Okay.
There is movement coming from the train cart that you can visibly see.
Irwin, did you hear that?
Oh, yes. Can't see me.
Alright, maybe they know how we can get out of here. Maybe we should go talk to them? Alright, I'm gonna assume you're nodding your head yes, so you follow me, alright? Let's go. And I'm heading towards the car.
Sounds good. Also check if any trouble down here.
I can hear you then?
Yeah, you can hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that too. Why don't you just follow me? Let's go up there.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna head towards the car. I don't like the smile. Oh my god. You look like imprints.
Both Marilyn and Irwin make your way towards this rather mysterious abandoned train cart at the bottom of the labyrinth. We're going to pan back over the Memphis Piper. Alright, Memphis.
Alright.
What is the plan tonight?
Alright, so I got the Uber,
Yes.
and we are heading back to Annabelle's.
Oh, I would also be calling him when I get my Uber as well.
Okay. Alright. So, he had a bit of a head start, but he also did spend quite some time in the sewers. So, as you eventually arrive to the Succubus Club, as I'm assuming is where you're heading
Right.
to, the moment you step out of the Uber, your phone starts to ring.
Oh god. Alright. I'm gonna answer it.
Okay, as you fumble with the bottle and you answer your phone.
Hello?
Memphis, good. You picked up. Gonna go drop Dedric off at his haven. Are you alright? You took off.
Yeah. I had some, pertinent business.
The
I'm
blood?
trying to... Yeah. Yeah, the blood.
Okay.
Is Double D okay?
He's fine. What do you plan on doing with the blood, by the way, Memphis? This isn't for the energy drink, is it?
I mean...
I swear, on all that is Cain, if you put Garou blood and have Kindred drink it,
I'm not gonna put Garou blood in an energy drink. If I'm gonna put anybody's blood, it's gonna be mine. Just kidding.
Alright, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, but most importantly,
Yeah.
wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, please think and remember that agreement we had, 3 months. 3 months without you breaking the masquerade or fucking up,
Right.
and I will release you.
Exactly.
Right now, I imagine you somewhere, half naked, holding 2 beer bottles full of blood.
I'm not half naked.
So I'm half correct.
Well, yeah, I'm holding blood. I mean, ketchup. Ketchup.
You're around people too, aren't you?
I'm outside the Succubus Club.
This is exactly the thing I was talking about.
But no one is paying attention.
You look like a madman, probably. Just Memphis, you have the most amazing skill to get me off topic. Tonight,
Yeah.
when you return back to my haven, I think you'll have a very pleasant surprise in the guest house for you.
Really?
Something that I did special for you. Yes.
Oh, well, thanks.
God, he's gonna propose.
Well, you know what? I might have something special, some news to tell you too. It's coming together.
What news, Memphis?
Just know it's coming together. And yeah. Hello? All right.
Kaido,
Yeah.
have you ever thought it might be just better just to get rid of Memphis?
Well, yeah, it's crossed my mind a couple times, but
I hate him. I hate him and I love him so much. I just wish he would just fucking listen.
yeah, that's my feelings exactly too. So, as you are standing outside of the Succubus Club,
Oh, I'm gonna go inside.
all right. So you are holding these 2 bottles.
Yeah.
As you attempt to go inside,
Right.
you're stopped by the bouncer. Sorry, sir. We don't allow outside drinks.
No. It's okay. I live here.
You what?
These are for Annabelle.
Right, buddy. I'm sorry, but
Wait, hold on. Use all.
okay. You're gonna use all.
Yeah, guy, you just want to let me in here, because I don't want to get you in trouble with Annabelle, with your bosses. Everything's going to be cool, all right?
Give me a second.
No problem. Do I need to roll anything?
No, you don't need to roll anything.
Okay.
Okay. As you were having this exchange with the bouncer. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't recognize you. I thought you must be what? Sorry, I must have forgot.
No worries, Chief. No worries. Hey, you have a good night.
Okay. As you start making your way into the Succubus Club,
It's good to be on top.
you start to notice a couple of the club goers. They stop. They look at you. They look back at each other and exchange some words, and they look back at you again. Hey, doesn't that kind of look like kind of looks like that that dead guy? That kind of looks like that artist.
I'm going to go ahead and cover my face and walk in.
As you cover your face and you make your way into the Succubus Club,
Yeah.
you notice a lot of the crowd has dwindled down quite a bit. It's getting early.
Convenient.
What would you like to do? You're now inside the Succubus
All
Club.
right, I'm going to go to the refrigerator,
Okay.
and I'm going to put my bottles in there and label on them, Johnny Broncos, don't touch.
Okay. So you put 'em-
Authority of Annabelle.
Okay. So you're writing onto the bottles?
Yeah.
Okay, you...
Well, I'm going to grab some paper, tape it on the bottle, make sure it's in there, and put it in a convenient spot where, like, no one's going to see it or anything like that.
that's what I would imagine. So,
Yeah.
how are you sealing these bottles?
How am I sealing them?
Yes.
I'm going to use the rubber stoppers that they use in wine bottles to go in there, pump it up, make sure it's tight.
Okay. So, you fasten them with a label.
Right.
And you put them into the refrigerator and you're like, oh, I need stoppers. So you go up to the club and you go behind, I'm assuming, the bar and
Right.
you have these stoppers.
Yeah.
You just reach right on over. The bartender stops what he's doing and looks at you. Huh. Can I help you?
No, sir. I got what I needed. I'm going to take them and just start walking away.
As he grabs
Nonchalantly.
the shirt, walking back downstairs into the basement, he
Yeah.
just shakes it off. And all right, now you have 2 sealed beer
Labeled.
bottles and labeled Guru Blood.
Guru blood.
What would you like to do now?
From there, I'm going to go down to my room and I need to eat some hamsters.
How hungry are you?
I'm at 3.
No.
How much hunger do you want to slake?
2.
It's a lot of hamsters.
All
Oh
right.
my god.
So now you
He
grab a
doesn't
couple
watch it.
cages of hamsters and you stack them on top of each other.
Right?
And you sit on the foot of your bed and begin just... And you down about 38 hamsters.
38 hamsters?
Yes.
Wait,
Who's been taking care
so
of them?
wait. So when I had the thing with Annabelle, didn't she have his room start packing up his room yet?
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
He fortunately has a lot of his hamsters still.
Oh, thank God.
Hamster genocide.
So you've dwindled down your population quite a bit.
Good. I feel good, though.
Okay. As you now have these 3 empty cages and 30 some husks of dead hamsters now sitting on top of your bed. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm
now?
going to clean up the husks.
Okay, so you
I'm not just going to leave them there.
so you take your arm and you scoop all these hamsters into a trash bag and
Yeah.
dispose of them. So you've stored your guru blood. You've drank some hamsters.
And you said it's getting kind of early.
It's getting kind of early.
All right. I think I'm going to spend the rest of my night just going over some of my drawings to make sure I'm ready for the test.
Okay. All right. Why don't you go and give me an academics roll? Intelligence plus an academics. And just as a reminder, all the successes that you get from studying will come in handy for the test that's coming up.
All right. So you kept track of my last one.
You're at 11 right now.
All right. 3.
3.
Yes.
Okay. 3. So you're at a total of 14 successes from studying for the test.
Yeah.
Alright, so as Memphis continues his night with disposing the rest of his hamsters and studying, we're going to pan on over to Alistair, Dedric, and Kaido, who are currently on the way to drop off Dedric at Alcott Oddities. As you promptly arrive outside of the oddity shop, Alistair, you see Dedric slide out of the vehicle. I believe this is where I get off.
You have a good night there, Dedric, and stay safe. We don't need you getting abducted again.
I shall ready myself for anything that comes our way. If Marilyn decides to leave our haven,
Decides to leave. Dedric, you haven't been paying attention. That girl is very attached to you. I don't think she's going to leave you anytime soon.
well, if she decides to leave, if you could look after her and make sure she's safe.
As someone who was never a father, I can't quite understand the premise of it, but I will look after her well-being, but rest assured, she is very capable of looking after herself. She has proven that to me on many occasions, and she's a good kindred.
Thankful that she has such wonderful coterie. It's been a long night. I will see you. I see you, Mr. Grayson.
Till next time. Dedric.
He waves goodbye and begins heading inside into Alcott Oddities. See the lights click on for a split second and off, and see him flip the close sign over. Alright. Where to now?
Alright, Kaido. I guess it's time we go meet with Sierra.
Yeah. I just messaged her. She's still at the bistro.
Good. Apologize for the brevity, and we'll head there post-haste.
Alright. Okay. As Kaido rattles off the address of the Black Market Bistro and continues payment with the Uber driver, you make your way. It only takes a few minutes from Alcott Oddities to get to the bistro, and you find yourself outside of your establishment. You notice a lot of your patrons have currently left. It's getting rather early in the morning.
We'll go ahead and get out, so I'll pay the Uber driver, unless Kaido already did.
Kaido already stuck.
Then I'll look towards him and just forget the last 15 minutes, and then walk into the bistro.
As you watch the Uber driver kind of, what the hell? Where am I? And the two of you exit the Uber. You head inside. You're quickly greeted by your hostess. We are expecting a meeting. Oh yes, I believe you have a guest, Mr. Grayson.
Correct. Could you lead us to wherever you're having her wait?
All right. She leads you right back to your typically where you sit if you have a private meeting or what have you. Opens the door for you, and you see Sierra sitting at the table waiting to talk to the both of you.
Sierra.
It's been quite some time, Grayson.
Well, we had a situation. I was sort of abducted, so I apologize for the...
By whom?
Go ahead and sit down. And I'll motion for Kaido to sit as well.
See Kaido slide into the booth.
Well, this city likes to keep stacking shit right on top of me, but We were abducted by a guru, the name of Makmal.
I thought there wasn't a guru problem.
There isn't.
Okay, I see. Well,
But we have another issue. Something that is much more related to your problems as well. And that's Yamaguchi.
yes, I'm not entirely too sure what Kaido has told you, but I wanted to discuss Saizo for quite some time with you. See, when I was back home, I knew Saizo rather well. Saizo...
You knew Saizo from his times as a kindred or his times as a Kain?
Well, Saizo's a lot older than I am, and I believe he's must have been kindred for quite some time, even when I expected him to be kind at the point. Him and Tally, my sire, they have history, and my suspicions is that Saizo must be Sabat. But that's not what worries me the most. I got wind that my sire is coming to Chicago.
Okay. Would this happen to do with everything and the events of the Slumber?
I imagine he's not too pleased that his child met final death at Camarilla hands. Do you know anything of my sire?
Have I ever heard anything about her?
Give me a roll if you like. We'll make this a... Let's go ahead and do a streetwise roll for you. You've been around for quite some time, and so has Tally. We're going to do streetwise plus intelligence, and we are going to make this a unless you have politics.
Well, I think it was told to us.
So I have it
He
in my
knows
notes.
he knows his title, but
No, streetwise would be a little better. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay. So, you did find that note a while back, and he did sign his actual title.
All right.
You've been around for, well, centuries.
Mm-hmm.
And it, with being as old as you are, it takes a while. You have to go through and shift through all the memories that you have. As you start to focus on it, you start to remember the name Tally, and he is a bit of a monster. You know he specializes in lupin hunting. You also know that he is highly ranked within the Sabbat, and he's been on the red list for quite some time and hunted by the Camarilla. You've never actually been able to successfully apprehend Tally. He's been actually on a couple of your dossiers for the UC6. He's rather sly. He's actually well equipped too on top of that. You know, anytime the Sabbat dispatches out Tally, he leaves a wake of destruction in his midst. He's definitely someone to be careful about.
The name vaguely rings a bell. I believe the Camarilla have been interested in him
Yes,
for a very long time.
he can be rather reckless.
So you're worried that with him coming into town, that Chicago is soon going to be a war zone?
Yes. With Saizo's resources, and, well, Tally's expertise, I believe Kevin's gonna have a lot of problems.
It's a dangerous combination. How do you suppose we keep this under control? Last thing we need is Kevin flying off the handle.
Well, maybe you can confirm something for me. Is Jessica Lucinda in town?
She is. And she has already informed me about Yamaguchi and his Sabat connections. However, Tally is an extra scoop on top of that.
Well, I can tell you the first person he's gonna want to see when he gets here. Maybe we could use me as bait. And your coterie could apprehend him.
I do not think that's a good idea.
I don't either. That's...
Listen, Sierra, the events that happened a few months ago where we brought you into Chicago and stored you and your brother for some time, I'm amazed that no one else perished. We're not what you would call a tactical or efficient coterie. We are a coterie by necessity and a coterie by friendship, not necessarily a high-functioning machine.
Backstabber.
He kinda has a point, Sierra. Well, you've all proven capable of protecting myself and my late...
It's not about protecting you. It's about losing my coterie members. I know what Tally has done. I've been to his aftermath before. And I'm not going to let my childer, as I look towards Kaido, or my adopted one be torn to pieces in front of me.
Well, I've been quite attached to the city, and I don't want to see it quite burn yet. And the strives that we're making for my clan here within your sect, our sect, I don't want to see that effort wasted.
No. All right. I agree that I think that the bait might work. However, I'm going to put my coterie in the most minimal risk possible in this if we're going to accept this operation. Which means there's only 2 people in the coterie that I can trust on. That's Marilyn and Irwin. Kaido, obviously you're part of that as well.
Okay.
It's just you're also a hound. You also have other duties. But yes, your help would be most needed.
Thank you. Alright, well, it's getting rather early. Maybe...
How long until he's here?
I would imagine within a few nights.
Alright. I'll start making preparations and I'll get the coterie updated. And I'll have to speak. Kaido, actually, maybe you should. Memphis seems to be pulling away from me, and every time I try to speak to him, he seems almost repulsed by the encounter. Maybe during the studying that you can bring this up to him and try to pitch it to him in a way where he won't come up with some harebrained scheme or cockery that will make him go off the handle.
See, that's the thing with Memphis. It's that you can't really go at him with a plan. You know what Memphis is, and you adjust as you go. Once you learn how to do that, he's pretty easy to manipulate.
Yes, I can manipulate him, Kaido. The problem is that the boy's been manipulated his entire life, and I'm trying to avoid that.
Fair point.
Sierra, thank you for the meeting. We'll be in touch.
Well, you boys have a fantastic night, and hope to hear from you soon. See her get up from the booth and exit.
I look towards Kaido. These next few nights are going to be very important.
Yeah.
Do you have your bearings down?
I think so. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should check in with Yamaguchi, make sure everything's normal. And, I'll make sure Armita is okay.
Yes. Listen, I'd like to apologize. Armita and I have had a complicated past. And I know that she probably hasn't divulged anything to you. But I've let her presence here in the city affect me in a way that is unlike how I normally am.
Make a roll real quick. Okay. As you're speaking, you know when you have a conversation with somebody, and as you're kind of on your train of thought, when you are talking, it looks like they go to open their mouth and they're trying to say something, but they don't. You see that with Kaido. You see Kaido kind of and stop himself and let you carry on.
And what's the matter?
It's nothing. I probably should get going with
Kaido. We need to make sure that we put our cards on the table. Listen. I've already come to the conclusion 3-4 times that you could be playing me and backstabbing me. That's fine. If you want to do that, go for it. You're smart enough, you could easily do it. But if you're holding things from me, all you're doing is hurting me, and you're hurting the coterie.
Go ahead and give me a leadership roll. Go ahead and give me charisma plus leadership. And we'll make this a contested roll.
It's getting dadded so hard right now.
What?
It's getting dadded so hard right now.
Being a real daddy.
One, two, that's 4. That's a critical. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8.
Okay. You watch as your words resound with Kaido. You look at him, kind of look around, and he starts to watch as the silhouettes of your workers walk back and forth. Could we... I know you own this establishment, and no one could possibly hear us. Is there a chance we could go upstairs and I show you something?
I open the door. After you.
You watch him lead the way up to the guest rooms upstairs into your private quarters. As both Alistair and Kaido make their way up to the guest rooms, pan over to Irwin and Marilyn, who are still currently down in the labyrinth, investigating this rather mysterious cart. Alright, so the two of you find yourself outside of this lone train cart that's illuminated by the fluorescent lights that are from the outside and in. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go straight up to the door and knock on it.
The door's actually open for you.
I'm gonna knock on the side of the door.
Okay. As you walk right up, Irwin, are you doing the same?
I'm right behind her.
Okay. You knock on it. Your tap resounds throughout the sheet metal of the train cart. You hear a familiar voice, Marilyn. Come in. You hear Lydia's voice.
I'm gonna poke my head in real quick.
Okay. As you poke your head in, you brush your face against these wooden beads and push past these rather beautiful, colorful cloths that drape on the inside. They're almost layered and such. It's rather pretty. As you poke your head in, the first thing that you're greeted with is a rather heavy aroma of different spices and herbs. You smell lavender and different concoctions that fill the air. You see incense burning on the shelves. Several reagents line this train cart. You see skulls, feathers. It's a smorgasbord of brews. As you look inside, you see Lydia in a dark robe with her long raven hair and blindfold, awaiting at a rather small coffee-style desk that's placed in the back of this train cart.
Hi, Lydia?
Yes,
Is Marilyn from earlier?
I know.
Oh, do you know I have a friend with me?
Yes,
Do you know that he's really big?
yes.
I don't know if he's gonna fit in here. Is it okay if he tries?
He may have to wait towards the back, but that's perfectly fine.
Irwin, okay, don't make a mess, but see if you can fit.
Okay. I'll help myself up.
Okay. So Marilyn, I'm assuming you're going in first. Okay. You get in first, and you make your way up towards where Lydia is currently positioned in the cart. Irwin, you are rather large. The door frame is rather hard for you to adjust into, but you're starting to get used to your body size and wingspan. So you actually start to feel your bones crack, and you shift your wings back into your form a bit more. As you do, you shift and you push your way in. It's a tight fit. It's a really tight fit. And both Marilyn and Irwin, could you both give me a Dex and Athletic roll? I need a combined total of 2 successes.
2, 3. I got 3.
3.
I also got 3.
All right, fantastic. As this cart rocks back and forth, and you hear the shambling and rattle of these glass vials and delicate materials begin to shake and look like they're going to vibrate off the shelves, you too quickly and delicately set your hands onto the shelves and stop them from falling onto the ground. You make your way towards the other end of the cart and find a rather sizable area for you to uncomfortably hunch over and be inside of this cart. Marilyn, you now find yourself next to Lydia, who's currently sitting down at this rather small coffee table.
Sorry to bother you. You have a really nice house. Train.
I was expecting you. The two of you. I'm assuming if we're speaking now, you are successful in dispatching those beasts.
Oh yeah, we whooped the hell out of them.
My people and myself are forever grateful to the two of you. Real quick here. Could I see both your character sheets?
Be gentle with mine.
Oh, might not get it back.
I only need another half a rip.
Could I borrow your pencil roll? Thank you. Coterie, I believe it may be time to get some fresh ones.
Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't remake mine today.
Alright, there it is. So the two of you have earned 4 dots and a lore sheet that we will discuss at a later date.
The labyrinth lore sheet.
So, there's Marilyn's. There's your 4 dots. And
If you want you want Irwin's regular one, it's at the very front.
tell you what, we'll make a note on this character sheet, and then we'll hammer out the details after the game here.
Okay.
But both of you have earned 4 dots in that.
Don?
Congratulations.
Alright. See Lydia stand up, and she goes to a nearby shelf and she grabs a bowl off of it. And with ease, too, she starts making around her haven and gathering different reagents. She actually moves her way towards you, Irwin. She reaches over you and grabs something off the shelf. You notice her start to grind up different herbs and powders into this bowl. And as she does, as repayment, I could help you see into your future.
Yes, please, all that.
Would you like to join us, Irwin?
Sure, why not?
I just need something of yours. Maybe both your eyewear should do. Alright. You watch as she takes both your glasses. She takes the mixture and bleeds into the bowl. As she does, she actually takes it and smears onto the glass, both your glasses, and she hands them back. Why don't you both put those back on? And I need to make a roll real quick here. That's enough dice.
I guess we're looking through rose-tinted glasses.
Always have been. It's the only thing I know how to look through.
Okay, she got it. Okay.
Get ready to aggressively take notes.
What? Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Oh god.
All right. As the two of you put these spectacles back onto your face, you notice at first it's rather hard to see. She just smeared blood and a unknown mixture to your glasses. As you do, she begins to verbally speak some words you don't understand, unless the two of you are familiar with Pig Latin. No, okay. As she begins to mutter a chant, Irwin, you start to realize that maybe you should read a little more and learn some Latin.
I know Latin, not Pig Latin.
You know Latin, though?
Yeah.
don't know Pig Latin?
You actually pick out a few words.
Okay.
Okay. And you notice that she is doing some sort of thermagy. As she does, the bowl ignites and catches on fire. Could you both give me a willpower roll? So, just go ahead and roll the remaining real willpower that you currently have right now.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh boy.
1.
Okay, so this is what happens. You feel the sudden inertia of like a cart just started moving. You notice that the wheels begin to turn on the train cart and starts to go into the dark tunnel. As this happens, it's very much like the scene from Willy Wonka where they start to go into that tunnel and the colors begin to change and the reds, and it starts to flash faster and faster. As this happens, you both black out. And that's when I pan back to Memphis.
Yes.
The cuckening is still going on.
God damn it, the cuckening is back. Full force.
All right, Memphis. So you're just spending the rest of the night just studying.
Well, you said it was almost... Like,
Yeah, it's getting early.
Like how much time?
You got a couple hours.
I have a couple hours?
Yeah,
Oh, so I still have time.
you have time.
I have time to do stuff.
You have time to do stuff.
Alright. I am going to call an Uber.
Call an Uber.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to go to Alcott Oddities.
Okay. Now, mind you, you do have a few hours. So you are a bit on a time crunch. You can do things, but...
Right. How long will it take to get the Alcatts back? Is it still open?
It's currently, well, its hours are posted that it should still be open for another hour.
Yeah, then I am going to go down there.
Okay. Alright, so you head out and you start heading towards Alcott Oddities.
Right.
You promptly arrive. What would you like to do?
Excellent. I'm going in there to look for that one attractive girl.
Oh. I see.
Yeah.
As you go up and you
Yeah.
notice the lights are off and the clothesline's flipped over, appears that either Dedric must have closed up early, or
Damn it.
maybe the hours are wrong on Google.
Well, this is just a waste of my time. I could have been studying.
All right. Well, what would you like to do? So you're currently outside of Alcott Oddities. It appears that no one's home, but someone could be. I don't know.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Knock on the
Yeah.
door. Okay. You knock on the door. No answer.
I'm gonna call Marilyn.
Call Marilyn.
Kind of in a thing right
Let
now.
me make a roll real quick.
Kind of
Alright.
a bad trip right now.
She's in the future right now.
All right. You see a light flick on. You notice you start to see movement behind the blind to this glass plane of the entryway. As you begin to see a figure come up to the blind, and looks like it comes up just a little bit. You see two wrinkly, almost dull-like eyes.
Do I know they're Dedric?
See the blind come all the way up.
Right.
Meh.
Oh, hey buddy! How are you?
A muffled meh.
Hey, is anybody home?
Meh.
You wanna let me in?
Meh.
Yeah,
Francis, no.
let me in. Francis?
Meh.
Yeah. You remember me? It's Memphis.
Meh.
You remember Memphis?
Meh.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and let me in. Or, hey, do you know the woman who works here? Not Marilyn, not Dedric, the other one.
Meh.
Yeah. Do you know how to contact her?
See him disappear for a little bit.
Alright.
He comes back up to the glass plane. He holds up a phone book. Meh.
Awesome. Which number?
Meh.
So you don't know how to get a hold of her. Is there a schedule or something there? Oh my god. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna call Marilyn.
Okay. You start calling Marilyn, and unfortunately it goes to a busy signal.
Oh my god. Alright. I'm going to call Alistair.
Okay. At this point, Alistair, you are currently heading up the stairway to your guest rooms as you get a call from Memphis.
All right. Hello?
Hey, it's Memphis.
All right. What's going on, Memphis?
Hey, you said you dropped off Dedric, right?
Correct. At Alcott Oddities. Why?
Well, I knocked on the door and he isn't here. And I'm trying to get a hold of him or Maryland. Wait a minute. Do you remember how to get hold of the Autumn King?
Lazarus?
Yeah!
Would this happen to be about the werewolf blood?
Not with Lazarus.
Okay, so what do you need Lazarus for then?
I need to get a hold of his daughter.
His daughter?
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you try to fuck the Autumn King's daughter, I will end you.
You know, all I get from you is people who I can't fuck. I don't tell you who you can and cannot fuck. You literally fucked my sire. I didn't say anything about that. I think we might have fist pounded.
Your sire?
Yeah. My old sire, my ex-sire. You know, one of them.
Annabelle. You mean Annabelle?
Yeah.
No, I did that. I slept with Annabelle to get you back under my custody, Memphis.
Right.
Do you think I really care about Annabelle?
Right.
She
all I'm trying to bring up is I don't put limits on you. Why are you telling me who I can and
Tell you
cannot
what,
fuck?
I have a personal contact for Lazarus, and if he meets me at the Haven, I'll give it to you.
Tonight?
Tonight.
All right, I can do that, but I am going to be very busy tomorrow, so I can't stay up super late,
Well,
super early.
You have to study.
I already studied. Okay.
Tonight.
Well, that was useless. All right, Francis, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. Have a good night.
You notice Francis has been kind of like poking around you, like looking over you, like he's that look, almost like
I'm gonna turn around.
a puppy that's looking for its owner that you think it's on.
Oh.
Is there anybody on the street?
No, there's no one behind you.
Oh. What's wrong, buddy? Huh? I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not gonna break the window to let you out. Unless that's what you want. Alright. Fuck. Marilyn's gonna get a stern talking to. I'm gonna go ahead and call an Uber and head to the mansion.
Okay. So, as Memphis makes his way to the mansion, we're gonna pan back over to Kaido and Alistair. We're currently heading upstairs to be somewhere a little bit more private. As Kaido leads you to his old bedroom, he opens the door and waits for you to enter inside.
I walk in and close it.
Okay. As you close the door, he goes to a nearby lampshade and turns it on. You watch him as he starts to take off his suit jacket.
As soon as he does, I'm just...
You see him
You didn't.
undo his tactical gear and his vest. He starts to undo his tie and unbutton the rest of his shirt. As he does, he turns around and he reveals the back of his neck. And you see a rather large sigil, a lot bigger than yours, implanted on the back of his neck. It is very similar to the way yours looks, but it looks like there's some sort of modification to it. It doesn't look quite the same.
Did Arminta put this on you?
Yeah,
Did you ask for it?
I asked for help and this is what I got.
Same old Arminta.
I don't know if it's... She said this is what they put on you to help you, or...
It's a fucking cage, Kaido! I don't know what these markings are. I don't know. It looks different than mine, but do you realize that I cannot refuse a member of the inner circle? Do you understand that? If Justicar Lucinda tells me to walk out into the sun, I will do it without any regrets. That's what I talked to Marilyn about tonight. It's up to her to kill me if I turn against you all.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I thought I could trust her. I don't hear the call anymore.
I know. You probably are feeling like your blood's a little sluggish too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm significantly weaker.
That's a side effect. Sit down.
See him take a seat. He grabs a edge of the desk that was left in his room.
I need to explain something to you. You're a very intelligent young man, and I understand your resistance in coming to me for help. Why should you? I lied to you your entire life. And I understand that must hurt you. I'm sorry. But I wanted to make sure that the first person that I embraced was someone that I would be proud of. I am very proud of you, Kaido.
Thank you.
When I was embraced, it was against my will. The man who embraced me, he was embraced by Harstad, the younger. Or, pardon me, Harstad, the elder. Start to mix them up and sometimes believe the Camarilla's lies. Well, let's just say his childer turned out to be a real big fuckhead. Even made the Prince of France crap himself at a honoration. It was a huge mess, and all the Ventru looked right back towards Elder Harstad. Fingers started pointing. My foster sire, Lorienko. He's not my real sire. I was put into his custody, and he took the fall for LeBlanc. That way, Harstad's reputation would go unhindered. Of course, this was after I had returned from the northern reaches of Scandinavia. They knew what my power was, and it wasn't from LeBlanc. I got it from somewhere else. They found that out from Arminta. So, out of fear, they got together with the Tremere Prince in Copenhagen. Ruther, Arminta's father. He's the one who had taught her how to do it, and they learned it from a bunch of fucking mad prophets that lived on an island. It's beyond me on their capabilities. They're the ones that put the seal on me. And after that, that's when the wars began. That's when the killing started. And for hundreds of years, all I did was kill. All so that I could go back to Arminta And when I got back to her, I was no longer the lovable little dopey prince that didn't even know how to say the names of the clans correctly. I was hardened and callous to the world. I don't want you to spend the next 300 years killing people in the name of some dusty bones sitting in a circle. I only hope that Armita has our favor in mind.
Yes, I don't know if it's... for some reason, if she asked me to do something, which is typically to further our plan against Yamaguchi, I don't seem to be able to turn it down.
So she's turned the seal for her own gain.
That's my assumption.
Okay.
But she's only... her reactions she's taken so far, it seems like she's helping us, or helping...
She's helping herself.
Sorry I didn't have the courage to talk about this earlier. I was hoping to figure it out myself.
It's all right. I can only pray that she did this as a precautionary. I want to desperately trust her, but I can't. And I'm not going to. Kaido.
Yes.
Has she been forcing you to tell her what we're doing?
No, she's actually not really asked a whole lot of questions about the coterie.
Okay. Good. I want you to return to your haven. Do whatever else you need to do tonight before dawn. I'm not mad at you. I'm not even disappointed.
So close.
I don't want you to get hurt because of my past.
Thank you, Alistair.
You have a good night. I need to speak with your brother.
As you see him gather his things, he quickly buttons up his shirt and throws on his vest and coat. He makes his way out of the Black Market Bistro. As we begin to pan back over to Irwin and Marilyn, I think this will be a good time to take a little bit of a break.
Ooh, all right, break time.
So we're going to take a short break just to use the restroom, refresh ourselves. We are live. This is not pre-recorded.
We are live.
Yeah.
We're live, and we could have Carl sing Munka happy birthday.
It is Munka's. Yeah, sing Munka happy birthday. Hold on, should I get the guitar?
Huh?
You want me to get the guitar?
No, that's okay.
Guys, for the charity stream we're doing,
Oh yeah.
one of the
let's talk
donation
about that.
perks is going to be Carl here playing the guitar.
Right.
Let me go get the guitar.
No, it's all right.
I'm going to grab it.
No,
it's okay.
Save it for the charity stream.
Yeah. So, happy birthday to you.
Oh, Memphis does not have the voice of an angel.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Monka. Happy birthday to you.
Beautiful. Lovely.
There it is.
Amazing. You got some pipes, man.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you're around to hear that. Happy
She is.
birthday. But yes, thank you all for coming out tonight. We definitely appreciate it. We're a little rusty. We had a bit of technical difficulties at the beginning, so we apologize about that. But we're going to take a quick break. When we return, though, we're going to do a roundtable, announce and plug all of the upcoming events for NearDark Studios and some events that are coming up that you may not be aware of. So hang tight. We will.
The commercials aren't new. I'm so sorry.
Commercials are not new. They're the same old commercials. But you haven't seen them in like 2 months, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You would think in the last 2 months we would have had time to make a couple more commercials, but nope, we didn't.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Brick screen.
Are you looking to pursue a career in medical science? Then look no further than Chicago City University, where our expert faculty and staff will help you gather the tools that you need to push yourself into the future you want. Not enough time in the day? Have no fear. With our PhD professors, they'll be able to fill any time slot you need. Here's Dr. Ruth on his way to class. What you reading there, Doctor? Okay, you keep your secrets. Uh-oh, looks like Dr. Ruth forgot to write something on the board. Professionalism, work ethic, knowledge, advancement. That's too many hands, Dr. Ruth. You can stop now. Chicago City University. Enroll today.
Good evening. My name is Alistair Grayson. Tonight, I'll be teaching you the very important tenets of the Camarilla. This is the new society or social club you've just been introduced to. These are our laws, our code of ethics. Number 1, Masquerade. This is by far the most important and valuable to our kind. One shall not reveal thy true nature to those not of the blood. Doing so shall renounce all claim to thy blood. Now that sounds like a bunch of old school Latin lingo, not like cool or bad or rad. But don't worry, you'll learn to understand this. Do not reveal yourself to those not of kindred kind, or what you may think yourself of as a vampire, a lost boy, or a Dracula. He is real, but just it's different story. And anyways, and look, a convenient door. Let's just come with me on this adventure. Which hand do I?
There's no door there, Grayson. You're in a living room.
The second tradition of the Camarilla. Domain. Thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it. None may challenge thy word while in thy domain. Good, you made it. Hey, look where we ended up. This is someone else's domain, which means we have to be on our best behavior. And I know you youngsters like playing with your skateboards and your G.I. Joes, but you can't do that here without asking for permission. Feeding, breaking the masquerade, these are all things that can't be tolerated here. You can rest assured, if you do that, you will not be a smooth criminal. Third tradition, progeny. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. If thou createst another without thine elder's leave, both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. Congratulations! It's a boy! Where's the cigars? No. You're here because you decided to sire a childer. Congratulations. However, there are a lot of important responsibilities that come along with this decision. Not only are they an extension of you, but also of the prince who granted you permission of your childer. When choosing your childer, be sure to avoid certain qualities. Things such as loud, obnoxious, brash, stubborn, impulsive. These are all qualities that can often lead to headaches. I know if I had a childer like that, I would just stake myself. Fourth tradition, accounting. Those thou create are thine own children, until thy progeny shall be released. Thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. Great. Wound up in the prince's office. Your childer screwed up, and now you're accountable. Remember, their mess is your mess. Be sure to instill these traditions in them. Teach them early. You can't have them running around the city doing things like using disciplines for a certain mundane task as feeding in a bathroom. Amateur. Be sure they have a driver's license. They can operate a vehicle appropriately, or at least know how to get around the city without causing a mess. Or things like breaking into a government facility that's filled with security cameras. These are all problematic things that will put you right here. Yeesh. I wouldn't want to do that. So remember, you are accountable. Fifth tradition, hospitality. Honor one another's domain. When thou comest to a foreign city, thou shalt present thyself to the one who ruleth there. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. Oh, no, not like this! Gotcha. That's not actually the sun behind me. And I'm not on a beach. This is a green screen. Powerful state-of-the-art technology owned by the Camarilla. And we bring it here for you tonight to teach you a important lesson about hospitality. You see, you're not from Miami, and you didn't introduce yourself to the prince. Big no-no. If you do that, you might actually end up on this beach and seeing the sunrise one last time. Except you'd be staked, and you'd be chained and gagged, and as you see the sun rise, your insides would be set ablaze as your eyes melt from your skull. Remember that, kindred. You don't want that. It's bad. The sixth tradition. Destruction. Thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. The right of destruction belongeth only to thy elder. Only the eldest among thee shall call the blood hunt. Well, here you are, kindred. End of the road. You've broken too many traditions. The prince has decided against torpor. He's sentenced you to final death. What does that mean? It means they send someone like me. Truth. Justice. The Camarilla way. Captain Camarilla is here to save the day. This will normally end in a few ways. Either you'll end up in a pile of ash, or you'll end up a puddle. If it's raining, of course. Ash and water don't mix very well. Your final moments can be remembered as being flushed down a bathroom toilet, or rinsing your way through a sewer drain. Not pleasant, I would imagine. You can cry, beg for mercy. Fortunately, it will not be sufficient. You have acted like a beast. And such, you will be put down like a beast. No matter of howling, crying, will save you. So, here we are, fledgling. You've made your choice. Listen to these 6 traditions. These tenets are here for your safety and your protection. If you break them, you may find yourself here. And that is something you most definitely do not want. Well, we're all set, right? You guys got what you need, boys? Good. You can tell the prince that I got done, and I did his little favor for him. Not sure why he chose me. Whole Captain Camarilla thing was a little weird.
And we're back?
Yes,
I believe we're back. Okay, sweet. Alright.
Are we back?
There's a delay there.
I'm not used to just having the one. I don't think I pressed it hard enough.
I don't think we're back. It's not that long of a delay.
Right.
It might
If
be.
we are back.
It's a 5-second delay.
Are we?
We're back.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
we're back!
Well, this is awkward.
Well, it's a good segue. So, obviously we had a bit of a technical difficulties in the beginning. That's why we were late to start. Again, apologize about that. Currently, right now, the Q here invested in some new equipment for the crew. So hopefully that resolves a lot of our latency issues. And then over the course of the quarantine, he was definitely trying to teeter out the the latency issue that we've been having for the past several months. So it's a lot better. I feel like it's definitely not as bad as it was before we went down. So hopefully on your all end it's just fine. But yeah, we got some new hardware for the stream. We are still working out the kinks with that, and once we do, hopefully the lag problem will go away. And I'm going to segue into the Onyx Path Publishing's convention that's coming up. So I believe we have some of the members are going to be...
I think it's just me.
Just you?
I don't think anyone else has signed up for it, right?
You guys ready to watch a NearDark meeting? Alright, no one else signed up for it, guys?
Yeah, I'll be playing on Friday.
Yeah.
I think the tickets are available right now, but I don't know what I'll be playing because I haven't gotten the actual. I haven't gotten the synopsis of like what the story is going to be. But I will tell you all this: if I'm allowed to play Gator,
Oh my god, yes.
I will play Gator.
So it's definitely something to look forward to. I just wanted to plug that for our partners over at the Onyx Path Publishing. I believe this is going to be their first ever virtual convention, so definitely stay in tune for that. And but yeah, I believe that's all really the announcements.
Charity stream.
Charity stream. Okay.
We are going to be doing, I believe we're aiming for this weekend, because you both are available Saturday, yeah?
Yeah.
Aiming for this weekend. Hopefully Saturday. We'll let you know for sure, probably by tomorrow in our social media, but we're going to do a charity stream for the Black Lives Matter movement. So what's their content is going to be basically is Carl, Justin, and Chad are going to be streaming horror games. I believe they're going to be short ones, so it'll keep changing. It's not going to be a playthrough of anything of that sort. So, and for donation tiers, right now we have $10. They just pass the controller off. So every time there's a $10 donation, they just pass it off to someone else. It's going to be like $20. They have to drink something random. So we're going to fill up a bunch of shot glasses with random shit, and they have to drink it. Every time there's a $20 donation, $50. Carl's going to sing you a improv song on guitar. He's going to serenade
impromptu.
You. Yep. You'll be serenaded by Carl for $50. And then $100, you can make and insert an NPC into our Death Attack game. So
Yes.
that's our tier set right now. I'll be making a graphic of this and posting it on our social media so you guys can have a reference to look at. And we'll be posting more about exactly the time and date, but we're aiming for this weekend, as far as I'm aware.
What games are we playing? I know it's horror.
I believe Chad's putting them together. So they're going to be like really quick, like he was saying stuff like Slumber, the 9 pages, things like that. So really short jump scare
Yeah,
games.
I'm the same boat, man.
Yeah, you threw up playing Outlast.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. He pukes while playing scary games, and he pukes seeing people puke. So this is maybe just a stream of
And
both
they'll
of
be
them,
drinking random shit.
and they'll just be puking all over the place. It's gonna be a wild
It's gonna be
time.
the
We're
Family
gonna
Guy
have types
Epicac
everywhere.
scene. Epicac.
But yeah, I think that's it.
Alright, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that when we make the official announcement for the charity stream. It's all for a good cause, and definitely appreciate when the community comes together for charity. So, believe that's all our announcements. We'll probably remember some towards the end. So let's go ahead and get right back into it. All right, do. Where's the button at? Button, scary button. There it is. This one. All right. So, as the two of you find yourself transitioning into this rather eerie experience, as the cart begins to go faster and faster down this dark tunnel, the lights begin to change into this red hue. It's rather familiar to you, Marilyn. You are rather used to this red pulsating light. It's very similar to the network. As the two of you begin to experience this vision together, the cart eventually comes to a stop. As you look back and try to scan around the room and search for Lydia, you find yourself in an empty train cart illuminated by these red fluorescent lights. As the cart door slides open, what would the two of you like to do?
I can see Irwin now, right?
Correct.
I'm just gonna go over at him. Just like gesture towards the door.
After you. Or should I go first?
Yeah, that's not what I was getting at, but I'll go. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll get up and go towards the door.
Okay. So two of you exit out of this rather eerily lit train cart. You find yourself into a very familiar void, Marilyn, as those red lines strain across the sky and pulsate. It's something's off. Something doesn't seem quite right, which is weird to say in this setting. Could the two of you please give me a wits and awareness? It is going to be a rather straightforward difficulty of 2.
Two.
2.
2. No, 3.
Okay. You hear the disembodied voice of Lydia. It's rather faint at first, and you start to hone in on it. And then she clearly speaks through your mind. There's been a struggle for quite some time. Your coterie, the inhabitants of this world, has been a part of it, and they're unaware of it. You see this rolling, almost like smog, roll through your vision, and as it does, you see a cityscape come before you. You now find yourself overlooking the site. As you look down, you see the lights, what seem to be Chicago. As you see racing cars zoom past, it's almost like it's in fast forward for you. So you pan up, the sight you see, it's a little jarring. At first, you don't think it's real. You see this gigantic spider. You see this web that lines the sky. You see its red zaps begin to pulsate, very similar to the cobweb. You watch as this translucent red spider become to crawl down it. It's almost as if it's made out of glass. You notice it has very ornate detailings on it that are made out of gold. As it begins to crawl down this red pulsating cobweb, as it's staring down almost onto the city. And you feel your vision and body weight shift with an inertia as it points you down. And as you do, you see nothing but void below Chicago. And this darkness seems like it's alive. As you begin to focus harder and harder on it, you see tendrils begin to come up. And then you feel almost like a breath draw in and out. You watch as these black tendrils begin to crawl out of the darkness and entwine itself into the web. You and your coterie, well, and like I said, these inhabitants have been part of a struggle. So you watch as this creature lunges out and you see several teeth lining this large maw come out and snap at the spider. You watch as the spider takes its legs and strike back at this creature. You watch these two titans begin to tussle and turn over this cobweb as you watch as some of the web begin to go from red to a dark, almost tar-like black as it begins to drip. You see, there's more than just the realm that you dwell in, Marin. There's more than just the web. As you watch as vines begin to come out and entwine with these red lines, almost flower-like. It begins to tether in and entwine itself with this cobweb. As you look, you see hedges begin to form. to your right, you begin to see almost an upside down Chicago begin to shape off to the right. And these shadowy like tendrils begin to envelop itself within the web. The sickness is infesting these worlds and infecting yours. Soon, there will be nothing. You play a bigger part in this than you know, Weaver.
What does that mean?
Your antediluvian saw forth this, took precautions. Your clan has always served a purpose. Seers, like myself, prophets of Gehenna, the apocalypse. These events have rolled over and over and over. I believe you have a rather important part in making sure this is the last time it does.
How could I have any important part in this? I don't understand.
Well, Marilyn, that's for you to learn, and for me to push you in the right direction. As you, both of you come to and you kind of shake about this rather tight space in the train cart, you find yourself back to a familiar surrounding of these reagents and fragile bones and skulls about you. Well, I hope that somewhat helped.
I think I'm more confused now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, maybe it doesn't mean anything now, but hopefully it's an answer for a later question.
Hopefully. We better get out of here, Irwin. Thank you. Also, do you know how we can get out of here?
Yes. You see her get up. You watch her go outside of the train cart, and it appears that she beckons somebody towards the two of you.
Okay.
All right.
So do you live here? Is this where you live?
Yes.
Is it okay if I come hang out with you sometime?
Your coterie and the two of you have a permanent invite to my humble abode. If you ever find yourself at times needing guidance, you can come see me. Though, I wouldn't mind if you brought me maybe some substance or an offering. It's rather difficult down here to feed, especially, for myself.
So I take it everyone down here is kind of struggling a little bit.
Yes, we're not as active, so we don't require as much vitae.
You know, I think I might know a guy. I'll talk to him. I'll see what I can do.
Be much appreciated. My associate here will show you out.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you.
You notice that she's beckoned over. It's a rather petite-looking Nosferatu. It's in a bit of a tattered clothing. At first, they're somewhat put off by your presence, but eventually they begin scurrying their way and just showing you the direction to get out. As both Irwin and Marilyn make their way out. We're going to pan back over. I believe you were heading towards the mansion.
I was.
Alright. Button. Alright. Alright. So you take an Uber out to Alistair's Haven. And it's quite some ways out of the city. So this possibly maybe where you're spending your night at.
Right.
As you get there, you notice that currently it doesn't appear anybody's home right now. Some of the lights look like they've been left on, but with your time staying with Alistair, he tends to keep some lights on to make the appearance that there's someone home at least. Are you just going to wait there?
I'm going to go up to the front door. Is it locked?
Yes.
I'll call Alistair.
All right. Alistair, you get a phone call. This will happen as you and Kaido are separating.
Okay. Answer the phone. Memphis.
Hey, can you unlock the front door?
I'm not home yet. I'm on my way there.
Wait, you told me to come over here? And you're not even here?
I'm going to be there very
It's getting early.
Okay. We can talk when I get there.
Can you open it from like an app or something?
What does that even mean?
Like open the door, like through an app? You have a mansion. You know what? Never mind. I'll figure a way in. Talk to you later.
Do not!
Please tell me you find a Tiffany stained glass window.
All right, I'm gonna.
I hang up my phone and I immediately haul ass back to my haven.
Okay.
I'm gonna scope around the mansion to see any possibly vulnerable places or open windows.
Well, it's a rather huge mansion, so there are several windows that you could possibly make your way into.
All right, I'm gonna start trying them.
You're gonna start trying them.
Yeah.
So what level of the mansion would you like to try them on?
Preferably the first, but
First?
I mean, like,
Okay.
I'm not afraid to climb up.
Okay. As you start checking with different windows, you notice that a lot of them are secure. Eventually, you come to where the kitchen's at. It has a rather large amount of windows there, rather tall ones. As you get there, could you please give me wits and awareness? Straightforward difficulty of 2.
Oh my god, and I'm not starving anymore. 2.
Okay. You begin to hear.
What the fuck is that?
And you see these rather massive Dobermen come to the.
Oh, it's Blitzkrieg and Bob. Hey guys. It's okay, buddy. Hey, it's me. It's Memphis. Can you unlock the door?
Their breath just fogs. It's almost you're staring at Cerberus as they're just both, almost all three conjoined together, just.
Sit.
And they're both staring at you with this. It's almost savage the way they look at you. You notice that their pupils are completely gone and they're just red-eyed.
All right, maybe I will go up. I'll try to climb up to the second story and see if there's any windows.
Okay.
Is there a chimney or anything?
I feel like these dogs know how to use stairs.
There are many fireplaces.
There are fireplaces.
Yeah.
There are chimneys, yes.
Okay. So you find it. I'm assuming you're going to try to find a chimney and use the brick to climb
Yeah,
up.
climb up.
Okay. All right. So since you are using a surface that's somewhat manageable,
Right.
why don't you go ahead and give me a dex, and we'll make this athletics, and I'll make this challenging for you. Let's say 4. 4 is probably doable.
2, 3, 4.
All right. You start making your way up to the second floor, using the chimney to get yourself up. As you get there, you start to use the ledge and you start to shimmy across. You use one hand to check the windows, and it appears that majority of them are locked.
They're still locked?
So, I've been implementing a new thing into the Chronicle. Odds or evens.
Evens. I shall want primes.
As you continue, only unfortunately it appears that majority of the windows are locked.
God damn it.
As you pull on some of them do feel like they'd give with a certain amount of force.
Ooh, okay. I'll try to force it open.
All right. It is just a window, so why don't you go ahead and give me a strength roll? It is going to be strength plus strength. Unless you're trying to, I don't know, punch it or...
No, I'm trying to open it without, like... like breaking the window out or anything like that.
Okay, so go ahead and give me 3 successes.
All right, I got 2.
2? All right. You could succeed at a cost if you'd like.
I'm gonna succeed at a cost.
Of course you do now.
As you go to bend down, you try to get it open. You unfortunately use a little too much, and you hear a snap, and you slam the window up and shatter it. As you do, it kind of throws you off kilter a bit, and you lose your balance. Fortunately, you're quick enough with your celery to catch yourself on the ledge. You're kind of just hanging there. Why don't you go ahead and give me a strength and athletics now and to pull yourself up. And straightforward roll of only 2 successes is required.
Bestial.
Okay. So, this is how the scene plays out.
Fucking sick.
Moon's actually rather beautiful tonight, Memphis. The winter night sky, winter in Chicago, the snow blanketing the landscape around Alistair's mansion. As it christens and illuminates the surroundings, you're just kind of taking it in as you let your hand just kind of get bloodied and you just hang there. You almost just forget what you're doing altogether and just enjoy the scene.
I'm one with the moon. I feel the tides. I understand life. Do I just hang here?
You do. Alright. Alistair,
Yes?
as you pull up in your ride to your haven, and you're promptly dropped off at the gate, your Uber leaves, and you find yourself outside the haven, but you don't see Memphis for some reason.
Memphis!
Why don't you give me wits and awareness?
That is going to be a 2.
2. Okay. You begin looking around, and you think you see a pair of legs dangling from the second story.
I'm gonna walk around, walk through the snow.
And you see Memphis hanging there just by one arm.
Is he talking? Or moving?
Like mumbling.
He's just kind of mumbling. It almost sounds like he's kind of just whispering to himself.
Memphis? What? Memphis, what are you doing?
It's so big I can touch it.
Grab a snowball. Memphis!
You see a snowball whiz past you.
That snap me out?
Go ahead and give me a willpower roll. And it's just your straight current willpower.
And willpower is wits and resolve?
No, your willpower.
Your willpower.
The thing you probably have nothing left of.
It should be next to your health. Should be by
Right.
your health.
I only mark it if I use it.
No. You have a willpower limit.
What's my willpower limit?
Oh my god.
Season 2!
How do you not know this?
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. How many willpower do you have left?
I think it's 5. I haven't totaled.
Okay.
So, and I haven't used any willpower.
Your resolve and composure combined, that's your pool for it.
Then it's 6.
Okay. So how many have you used so far?
0.
You've used 0 willpower?
Not since last night? No.
Okay. So go ahead and just give me a resolve and composure then.
That's a good roll. 1.
It's a good roll, huh?
Good roll.
Excellent roll.
Alright. So you You're just taking in the sight. You're just enjoying the moon, the surroundings. It's just the beautiful landscape, the winter night. You're taking it in.
Everything is one.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna walk up right underneath him. I'm gonna grab a handful of snow. I'm not even gonna ball it this time. I'm just gonna scatter it, just throw it at his back.
Just keep throwing him at him.
Memphis, what the fuck are you doing? Get off the roof. Let go of the gutter.
The stars at night are big and bright.
Is this like a vine thing? Is this like planking? What is this? I'm gonna throw more snow at him.
Okay. You just get pelted with snow. Just
I think it's trying to communicate with me.
give me another roll. Why don't you go ahead and just give me... I need 3 successes from you.
I got 3.
All right. You kind of... you get some snow in your ear. Kind of jars your senses.
Are you going to drop or not?
Alistair, have you checked out this moon?
Yes, I see it every night.
Yeah, looks real good.
Memphis, could you please give me wits and awareness? I just need a 2.
I got 2. I got 3.
See this rather large maw begin to slowly come out of the window.
Hey, Bob. Bob, hey, calm down.
You feel Bob drool begin to just roll down your forearm and begin
Can
to
I see or hear them?
You begin to hear Oscar.
Oscar? Down. No, Oscar. Get back inside. I'll be in shortly. Now, Memphis, could you let go and drop down here?
Will you catch me?
Sure, I'll catch you. Just drop.
I'm gonna drop.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch him.
Trust fall.
Are you really gonna catch him?
Yes, I'm gonna catch him.
You missed out on an opportunity.
Depth and athletics.
Brew. Him.
I'll say what. Just Alistair.
Okay.
Go ahead and... I mean, you are rather strong, and he's a full-size adult, so we'll find out what happens. Give me 2 successes.
Got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay. You almost baby Bjorn him. You just kind of...
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
I drop him. I don't know who Ferris is, but I'm sure he probably is good at catching people, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, it is getting early.
Right, and you locked me out of your house.
I didn't lock you out of my house. I locked my home. But I want to show you your new place.
I thought I'm living here.
You are?
Are you kicking me out already?
No. I'm giving you your own space because that's one of the things that you didn't like.
Okay.
So I thought you would appreciate this.
This isn't a trap thing again, is it?
It's not a trap thing again. Although I did contemplate. You know what? Never mind. Just follow me.
Wait, what do you mean?
I just thought maybe it might be a good idea to, hold you up for a few days and let the Portia stuff weed its way out.
What's wrong with Portia?
She's blood bonded you. Remember? Do you not remember that?
It's mutual.
I don't think she's blood bonded to you.
No, but I mean, like, our relationship is mutual.
Right.
She's blood bonding me for the good of me.
And I've told you this before, I really would like to speak with her. But
Yeah, she wants to speak with you.
Oh, she does?
Yes. I'm supposed to set up a time. She's going to come over, join our coterie.
Oh, you were supposed to set that up. Okay, well, that explains the problem, then. All right, well, come here. I'm going to show you something.
All right.
I'm going to walk through the snow. Were you big on Christmas?
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Sometime when things slow down here, before Christmas arrives, I was thinking that we could head out and
Cut down a tree?
chop down one of the trees.
Oh my god, yes!
Not with a katana. That is not the most efficient tool for wood chopping. Also,
in my hand.
by the way,
Yeah.
every time I see you misuse this thing, it makes a little part of me on the inside die.
You don't understand me and Freckles' relationship.
No, I understand that you don't understand how to use a sword.
I know how to use Freckles.
If you would like, you realize that I trained with Hattori Hanzo. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Yes. Well, he taught me quite a bit of things about swordplay and also a few others.
Well, I've been watching a lot of anime, but
Well, whatever anime tells you, I guarantee you that...
well, I could take both. Take what you have, take a little bit of what other people have.
And I'll finally arrive at the destination. Here we are. It's the old carriage house. This used to basically be used just for buggies and carts and horses, but I've had it completely remodeled.
What's it look like?
It would be like it looks like a house. It looks like a stone brick house. This would have been a huge building.
Oh my god.
It's just, it's separate from the mansion, so you actually have to walk outside to get to it. It's on the property, though.
And this is me? This is my?
Why don't you go inside? Also, it's got its own little key card and access, so you can go ahead and put whatever code you want there.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go inside.
Go inside.
You, I believe it's you slide your key card and let
Yep.
them. Okay.
And
Hear a beep and then you go and you step inside.
And I've had the first floor has been completely renovated for like a living area. So it's got kitchen, it's got a restroom, living room, dining, not a dining room, but like a den. And then the upstairs is where there's like a loft. So there's a mezzanine over. So this is where they would have had like, this probably would have been the second area where they kept storage or hay and things like that. But it's been completely turned into a bedroom. And then across from it, there's actually a fully functional indoor DJ studio. So it's got everything you need to
What?
everything you need to mix and make music.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I can put the hamsters over there. I can make a bed for Alvin, Simon, and Theodore over there.
I mean, yes, if you have pets, there's plenty of room for them.
Yeah, for food.
For what?
For food.
Oh, that's right. You're drinking the hamsters.
The hamsters, yeah. But I mean, with this, I could probably get something bigger, like an actual pig.
What do you? Oh,
I could get livestock, alpaca. Like I literally had to drink 38 hamsters today.
you drank 38 hamsters.
Yeah, it was a new record.
Okay. If you want to feed from animals,
Yeah,
there's nothing against that. Nothing wrong with it.
right.
Maybe you should get a larger animal. That way you don't have to drain it dry.
Like an elephant.
Not an elephant. I do not. That will cause people to be alarmed if they see an elephant in the backyard.
Okay. Like
How
a cow.
about horses?
Horses? Huh.
I could get 3 or 4 horses, have them in the back, and you
I don't
could
know
just,
how I feel about drinking from a horse.
What you literally told me you murdered 38 hamsters, and now you're afraid of drink. Are you scared of horses?
It's a mutual respect.
Oh, so you are afraid. I didn't
not.
know the great Memphis Piper was afraid of anything.
I'm not afraid of anything. I just respect a beast that can literally kick your head off.
From what I heard from you, so could Johnny Bronco.
Johnny Bronco could, but I wouldn't drink from Johnny Bronco.
Okay. Well, how about this?
All right.
You come up with a horse-sized creature that is legal to own in the state of Illinois, and I will look into acquiring it for you since you don't want to feed from humans.
Tigers.
I did see on Craigslist you could get a tiger for
I'm not buying a tiger.
$2,000.
I am not buying it. What type of madman owns tigers?
I don't know. Probably someone revolutionary, ahead of his time, a genius, if you will.
Are you speaking of yourself or someone else?
A hypothetical individual.
Okay, all right.
Someone who enjoys the exotic.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you approve of this?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay.
Alistair, thank you.
We're going to be going through some big things in the next few nights, so I want you to rest up. Kaido's going to be getting a hold of you tomorrow, and that way you can do your tests.
Right.
Which you're going to pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Flying colors.
All right.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Memphis?
You know what? I don't want to lie to you. I've got some big things in the works that are gonna lay down some foundation.
Do you remember our agreement?
Right, yeah, you keep bringing up this agreement.
3 months.
Right, without breaking the masquerade.
3 months without breaking the masquerade.
Boom.
Putting the coterie at jeopardy.
Okay.
As long as you do those things, I'm going to release you.
Yeah. And then we'll be equals. Or if anything else, I can adopt you.
I told Kaido something earlier tonight that I think I should tell you.
Alright, yeah.
To be honest, earlier, the last few weeks, when I was getting everything prepared to show you this, I wanted to, I was going to torp you. And keep you locked up in here until you got through with the Portia thing. But I realized that everyone seems to treat you like you don't know what you're doing, which you don't. But everyone seems to treat you like you're incapable of learning things on your own.
Right.
And even though that you don't do things my way, and you don't understand how I do things, you have your own way of working through your problems.
Yeah.
I don't want to treat you like some stepchild that keeps getting tossed around.
Right.
I know what Kevin wants for you. I know you don't want what Kevin wants for you. Even though I fully believe that you could. If anyone that I've ever met was going to be a progressive Camarilla leader, it would be someone like Memphis Piper. Why? Because I'm far too old to understand what the fuck you're talking about.
But I thought you wanted to be Prince.
I don't want to be Prince.
Yeah, we're gonna make you Prince.
No. Memphis.
Yeah.
You need to succeed.
Right.
But you need to succeed on your own terms.
Right.
And I feel like I've been pushing you to be more like myself when I don't treat Kaido like that. And actually want Kaido to not be like me. And I don't know why I'm not doing the same with you.
Because you see great potential in me.
I see great potential in both of you.
Right. But you and me, it's like looking into a mirror. You want me to achieve everything you did, plus more.
I have nothing to be proud of with achievements. And I have achieved nothing. In all my years of unlife, I still have nothing to claim. So, Memphis, please, by everything, think about what you're doing before you do it. And if you truly believe that it will help the coterie and help Chicago, then I want you to do it. But if you think that you're doing it for yourself, or for some way to disprove someone else, stop.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went and saw your sister?
My sister, 6 years ago. She was a little baby.
And do you not care?
That side decided to write me off, so...
They decided to write you off?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me how.
By sending me across the country.
I have yet to actually sit down and for once listen to why Memphis is Memphis. So they sent you across the country and you feel like they were writing you off. Tell me. Because Kevin, as much as he doesn't want to be, he's pretty much a cellophane wrapper when it comes to hiding his own emotions. I know he and your father had a past. I know that's why he's got a soft spot for you.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe your family sent you away because they wanted you to not be like Kevin and your father?
I don't. Because maybe then they would have reached out instead of just throwing old Memphis away in private school, letting him do his prodigy thing. But little did they know, I don't play by the rules.
Yeah, I've gotten that. You've told me that many times. You don't play by the rules. You're Memphis Piper. You're a wild card. And that's why every single time we go into an operation, I have to be worried that you're going to decide to do something different right at the last moment.
Maybe that's the only way I know how to survive.
Why?
Because I've only had myself.
You don't have to do that anymore! I'm here for you! I have bled for you!
Yeah.
Stop acting like the world is against you! Stop putting this chip on your shoulder! If you want to be great, and you truly want to be great, pay the fuck attention and realize there's people around you that care about you.
I'm not dull enough to not realize there's people that care about me. And yeah, maybe I put on a little facade to protect myself.
Your fragile ego.
Maybe.
Because I had the same ego. I had the same problem.
But I'm adjusting. I'm getting better. And you have to let me evolve at my own pace also.
There it is. There's the classic Memphis. Defensive as always. I fully agree. You blossom and you bloom at your same rate that you want to do. But I see so much of you right now in me. And you know what the big difference, the big, massive difference between you and me, besides for age, besides for the years. Do you know what it is?
What?
I can't remember my mother's face! Everyone that I ever knew when I was alive, they're shadows, mannequins, figures in my mind. I desperately wish I could cling on and remember what it was like to be human, and you still have family alive, and you treat them like they're just some sort of falsehood, a tool that was used against you. while you have these years, save yourself from being callous. Save yourself from becoming an old, sad man. And I turn around and I walk out.
Nice housewarming.
Memphis, as you are left alone in this carriage house and to dwindle on the words of Alistair, I'm going to pan over to these two as they are currently making their way out of the labyrinth.
A lot more chill on our side.
So,
What do you call that?
as this rather petite Nosferatu takes the two of you out of the labyrinth, you find yourself finally breathing in that fresh Chicago air as you find you're outside of the street as he leads you up a manhole cover.
Wow, we were down there for a while. I think I have a whole new appreciation for being above the ground.
Yeah, no offense.
Oh wait, where are we? Are we out in the open?
You find yourself kind of tucked away into the back street. It's in kind of an industrial area. As you kind of scope out, you notice that no one's around, what have you. As you try to shimmy out, Irwin, you find that you've only kind of poked out your head, and the rest of your mask can't quite make it out.
Oh. Irwin? Irwin, are you alright?
Can't fit.
Oh no. Irwin, I look around, do I see people?
It doesn't look like there's anybody around right now, but Irwin, at this point, if you like, what's your hunger at?
1.
Should be interesting. Give me 2 rouse checks.
Succeed. Don't succeed.
Don't succeed. So you go up a hunger. So you begin to focus and try to come in tune with Urgoyle. You find your form begin to shift and change and morph back into its fleshy self. You feel your wings recede into you, and you go back to normal.
Is he naked?
He is, fortunately, in the buff.
Alright. Irwin, here you get. I'm gonna take off my coat and my hand over to him. Just tie that around your front. Your back's gonna be hanging out, but I guess whichever side you want to expose, tie it accordingly.
Oh, okay.
Let's. I'm gonna call an Uber real quick.
Thank you. Will an Uber let me in their
Alright.
vehicle?
If I tip him enough. I only have like $50 though.
As you pull up your phone and you try to go to the app and what have you, you do notice you do have some missed calls. One is, I believe, Memphis tried to call you, and you notice it was a while ago. You know he's made some leeway on you, but there's no voicemail left. As the two of you begin to leave the industrial area and try to find your way to the street, you wait for the Uber, and it eventually does come up, pull up to pick you both up. As the Uber driver does pull up,
I know this is weird. I'm sorry. He's just really drunk. He threw up all over his clothes. He also kind of shit himself. So we had to get him out of his clothes. I gotta get him back to my place.
Okay, hang on. I'm just give me a second. You see him get out of his Uber, head towards the trunk, pops it open, and he takes out this tarp. He puts it down on the back. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, so I'm used to it. I usually hit up the club scene. I thought this would be a bit of a more relaxed night out towards this way, but
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He can't hold his liquor.
all right. As the two of you get into this Uber, where would the two of you like to go?
Irwin, I know we can't really go back to your home. I know it's not really.
Yeah, I'm not
We
going.
kind of got evicted.
I'm not going back there.
Yeah, I mean, you can come back and stay with me for the night, and then we can figure out what to do. I mean, we are losing Moonlight, so.
Yeah. Would there be time to make it to Alistair's at this point?
So where you two at on your timeline? Yes, there's plenty of time for you to start heading back towards Alistair's. So.
I could either come with you if it's easier, or we can go to Alistair's. He also
I mean, you pick. I'm
extended,
going home.
invitation.
So you do what you want.
I think if it's okay, I'll come with you. I think your place is a lot closer tonight.
All right. It'll be like a little sleepover party. I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah. Do you have clothes?
Well, I mean, I can look. I got towels. We'll see what I can find. I think I have a few oversized shirts. You can borrow one of those.
Okay.
Something.
A sweater or something might work.
Yeah, I have some pajamas that might fit you.
Okay.
Okay. So, Irwin and Marilyn make their way towards Alcott Oddities. As you pull up Marilyn, it appears that the building has been closed. You see the closed sign. The lights aren't currently on. Get out of the vehicle and head inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you do, you unlock the door. You make your way into Alcott Oddities. You go and flip on the switch, turn on the lights, and notice that everything's been shut down for the night. Apparently, Amelia's gone home, and Dedric must have shut down everything early, which makes sense, especially when this has happened. As you do, you begin to hear footsteps coming down the stairs. As you look up, you notice and you see Frederick, who is in his pajamas. He's currently holding a stuffed animal. It's a little teddy bear of yours. Meh.
Francis, hey, buddy. Are you alright?
Meh.
You can't sleep?
Meh.
No, well, I'm back now. I'm back for the night. So, you go ahead and go back to bed, and I'll turn your nightlight on for you.
Meh.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
See you too. He starts to shuffle in his fuzzy slippers back up the stairs.
See, I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
I turn on nightlights for people. Are you impressed?
It is incredible.
Usually nightlight gets turned on for me.
That's yeah, actually, that is incredibly nice of you.
All right, well, here's the deal. Here's the couch. That's where you're going to be sleeping.
Okay.
I'm going to grab you some blankets and some pillows. I'm going to grab you some pajamas. They got little bunny rabbits with heart noses all over them. I hope that's okay.
You know what? I'm not going to be picky.
Okay. I'm going to run off to grab that stuff.
Okay. So you run off to grab a collection of blankies and pillows and stuff for Irwin to make himself comfortable in the Alcott. So where are you having him sleep at?
There's like a little sitting area downstairs.
City?
So like
Okay.
a couch.
So you're the city area?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And of course, the blinds are all drawn, of course. As you make a space for Irwin. So what are you all grabbing?
I grabbed him a blanket, a pillow, and then my little bunny rabbit pajamas. They're stretchy, so they should fit him.
So is it a two-piece pajama set or is it a onesie?
No, it's like a onesie.
It's a onesie?
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So you notice Marilyn takes a few minutes and eventually comes downstairs with a bunch of pillows and a pair of pajamas for you. What color is this onesie?
They're white, and it's got a little hood with the pink bunny ears and a little pink nose on it.
Okay.
A little pink bunny feet.
All
A little
right.
bunny tail. So
All right.
cute.
So you fetch these items.
Mm-hmm. All right, this should fit you. It's pretty big. It's like one of those Japanese style ones. They're like the really big ones. So it's pretty roomy.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You can wear that to Alistair's tomorrow too. That's fine. You can borrow it. I don't mind.
Okay. Yeah.
You need anything
I'm
else?
sure that would be fine. Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Do you want to talk at all about that vision we kind of just experienced?
I mean, I have my 2 cents on it, I guess. And do you have yours?
I don't know. Are you the spider in that scenario, or
No, I don't think so. I think that was just like a general vision for the web, like a representation for the web itself. I figured that, and then you obviously had the hedge in there, and then you obviously had like Capula, I imagine, with the tentacles, unless it was the Slumber stuff, unless that's connected. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I gotta think about it.
For some reason, these things are never super clear when you get them. You kind of have to piece it together as you go on.
Yeah, you're telling me?
I mean, I think it's just like prophecy 101, you know?
Yeah, you know, I told Alistair I'd keep this a secret too, but I can't. I gotta say it. Just don't tell him I told you.
Okay.
He pulled me off the side, and he was being real weird. And he basically told me, like, if I had to kill him, to kill him. He wants me to kill him. I think he wants me to kill him. He was saying, like, if I get out of control, you gotta put me down. Like, I can do that to begin with, you know? I think he's doing some weird...
He goes out of control, like, every day.
I think it's like a weird kink thing.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't really take it seriously, but I did tell him I wouldn't tell anyone, so...
Right.
Don't tell him I told you.
No, I wouldn't.
Thanks. I'm gonna leave you now.
Oh, okay. Thank you. For the clothes and the place to sleep.
Okay. Just try not to make too much noise, whatever you do.
I don't...
Try not to go gargoyle mode, too, in here. I want you breaking
Honestly, I don't
anything.
even know, like, I'm not sure how to really super control it right now, but...
Well, that's comforting.
So, like, I mean, I can tell you I'm not going to try to do it.
That's great. You're not going to try not to not do it. To not do it. Right?
I'm not going to try not to do it. No,
All right.
I'm not going to
Alright, just don't do it. And I'm going to go upstairs.
As you ascend up to your room, Marilyn, is there any nightly rituals that you would like to do before your night ends?
I'm switching it up tonight. I'm going to grab a pillow for myself, and I'm going to Dedric's room. I'm going to sleep on the floor next to him.
Okay.
With my bunny.
So you gather your things and you shuffle your way into your sire's room. He's actually fast asleep. You notice he doesn't move or do anything. As you make your way into the room, you gently close the door behind you and lay yourself onto the floor.
I'm going to stay up too, make sure nothing happens.
Okay.
Until the sun starts coming, until I gotta go to sleep.
You actually slide your way down onto the floor and rest your back and head against a nearby armoire and stay vigil and keep watch. Irwin, is there anything you'd like to do?
I mean, none of my equipment is here. Yeah, there's not much for me to do, really. I'll just retire for the night.
Do you put the bunny onesie on?
Yep.
Okay. You slide it on. It is rather stretchy fabric, so you eventually... it's not quite meant for your size, but you do get it on. You zip it up, and... Do you put the bunny ears on?
No.
No? You keep the bunny ears on? No, you keep them down?
Yep.
Okay. You keep the hood down, and you make yourself comfortable onto the couch, and... there's actually several books lining the bookshelves here, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I will gander at those.
Okay. You start thumbing through the books. There's nothing, of course, of kindred society out here. This is all books that have been either turned in or what have you, secondhand. There's occult books. So I'm assuming you probably find one that suits your fancy and kind of... You grab a book off the shelf and make yourself comfortable on this couch and start to nod off as the sun begins to rise up. You feel your blood begin to slow. Pan on over the Memphis Piper, who's currently in the carriage house. You find yourself there alone in this winter night. Alistair kind of made his way off. You two kind of had a bit of an emotional exchange of words. Is there anything that you would like to do?
No, after he left, I would have probably stormed up to the loft and laid in bed, staring up at the ceiling, reflecting on what he had told me until I did drift off to my slumber.
You know that this room's rather secured, and it's No sunlight can get through. As you kind of sit there and you dwindle away as far as pondering on Alistair's words, you begin to slip into that torpor as your blood begins to slow down for the morning. Alistair, as you stormed out, is there anywhere in particular you were going in your mansion?
I would have, when I got inside, I let Strek, Oscar, and Blitz out. Let them do their thing in the snow before letting them back inside. I'll go ahead and rouse the blood to feed them.
Alright.
And then after I do that, I would head upstairs, go into my bedroom. I would open my jacket and pull the stake out that was meant for Memphis. Throw it off to the side. I'd walk over to the windows and open it up to the balcony, looking out over the lake. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna ponder and think about the troubles and the hurdles that we have ahead of us in the next few days.
As you look out into the lake, as it gleams and shines, the surface covered in ice, blanket with a layer of snow on top of it. You notice that the moon begins to dissipate as the sun starts to rise up. As you feel yourself getting to that point where you need to turn in for the night, you notice it begins to snow. The first speck drops onto your forehead, and as it starts to come down early into the morning, can you retire for the night?
Close the balcony and I'll drop the shutter and the drapes, block out all the light, lie in my bed.
As you retire for the night and await the next morning, as my Chicago coterie prepares himself for whatever comes for them, the dangers that awaits for them, we're going to have to say this for the next episode of Chicago by Night here at NearDark Studios. Thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to telling some more vampire stories for you all. Before we end the night, is there anything else that we would like to plug or at least let the community be aware of?
I would just say let's go ahead and just recap on the things we got. I got a game on Friday for the Onyx Path virtual convention. It's going to be a vampire. It's going to be V5. I don't know if it's going to be Anarch, Sabat. I don't know if it's going to be Camarilla. Whatever it's going to be, I'm going to try to play Gator if I can play Gator.
Please don't get him killed.
I mean, isn't he independent? He could probably play anything, or in any game, right?
Well, I mean, an independent is going to be able to play in a Sabat campaign.
Wait, why?
I mean, they could. It just wouldn't be like coterie level stuff, you know?
Right.
I imagine he probably wouldn't be as safe.
Yeah, it wouldn't
That's
be as
true.
safe. But
Nobody's safe in
other than
Sabat.
that, then this weekend, hopefully we don't have a set date for it, but we do want to do our charity stream. So we have brought that up. And I don't know if we got...
1,000 sub thing, we're close.
Yes,
yeah.
Close.
we are very close to 1,000
As
subscribers.
soon as we hit 1,000 on YouTube, we're doing a 24-hour stream of all sorts of shit. Also, we're talking about having Memphis DJ like a mock succubus club thing and all sorts of stuff. 24 hours worth of content. So, help us get there so we can be really fucking tired.
Yes,
next day.
and if you have already helped us get there, have your friends help us get there.
And your friends, and
Your
your
moms,
parents.
your aunts, your
Dog.
grandma.
Anyone, tell them. They're like, hey, Grandma, do you watch YouTube? Yeah, follow this. Just hit the
No
subscribe
one's
button.
grandma watches YouTube.
Don't watch it though, Grandma. Please don't
Don't
watch
watch it. Just hit this subscribe button. Ignore all the notifications.
Honey, this says it's a vampires. No.
But yeah, I think that's it.
That's awesome. I thought we were forgetting something. I just couldn't think about it. It was 1,000 subs.
That was the thing. That was the thing we forgot.
And one more thing I also wanted to add real quick, since we brought Sabat and charity Thank you, community, for coming out to the charity stream a while back for Table Goths for the Move for Hunger. You all represented our community very well, and you're all excellent, fantastic, and I'm very proud of this community that we are building and are continuing to build. You're all amazing people. Thank you so much. Let's continue to strive to do better and be the excellent community that we are. Without further ado,
Don't end it. Go back to the starting student screen because we have a delay.
Oh, there's a delay.
Yeah, so you
I
end
like
it,
that.
they'll cut
Just
it
so they
off.
can see everything.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, folks. Well, you know, Kindred, the best time to tell stories is whenever it's near dark.
Oh, there it is.